I'm in the back seat with Alan Hawka.
So you know that we're working hard around that bill?
Yes, to land this Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thrilled standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. Just go ahead and pinch me. Go on now.
They're crafted twin 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to part 2 of our FROSTival special. New Brunswick's capital is bursting with wonderful events and winter experiences, and we've already enjoyed so much of it, like a skating party at Officer Square, we had a fresh tour of Fredericton Boyce Farmers Market, experimented with some hot stuff at Science East. We learned some cool ultimate frisbee techniques and celebrated great cider at Red Rover Brewing. Well, now it's time to tune in to the musical side of FROSTival. Take a look at the amazing calendar of events and you'll see the 4 weekends of fun are filled with music for everyone, from soft cedar concerts to fireside snowy sing-alongs. And over the course of the next half hour, we'll take you behind the scenes, get you in on the action, and let you do a little listening as well.
But I've never felt like this before.
We'll have a special one-on-one with award-winning festival headliner Amelia Curran, and we'll shake things up as we share a special signature drink from right here in Fredericton, inspired by a music legend. Plus, we'll give you the scoop on some of the other awesome festivals here in the city, and throw in a little East Coast Music Award action to boot. And you know we'll have some free stuff too, so I say let's get to it. Starting with the show that kicks off FROSTival each year, Shivering Songs. For 5 years now, this festival with the mighty heart has been warming up music lovers with an array of East Coast artists, songwriters, musicians, and storytellers from all over North America. With large audience shows to songwriter events to club nights, Shivering Songs incorporates some of the city's coolest venues. Wilmot United Church is the spot for the opening night concert, and that's our first stop to get the inside track on this much-beloved music festival.
I'm here with Brendan McGee, who essentially is the supreme commander of Shivering Songs. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say. I voted myself into that title, but that's,
It's been 5 years this fest. I mean, how awesome is it?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, from the beginning, the community has rallied around it, and it's really helped us grow and grow really sustainably.
Yeah, but I mean the vibe of it.
The
Brendan,
vibe.
be honest, because I mean, I read about it, I see it, but when you're actually here, I mean, first of all, the venue, spectacular.
It's beautiful. I mean, we couldn't have any nicer of a place to lay it out in. I mean, it's perfect for the sort of show it is as well. You know, you
How
get
did
this.
that come to be?
You know, we actually started out as an album release show for the Olympic Symphonium, a local band here in Fredericton.
I can direct you, but I cannot go. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn.
Award-winning band, hello.
An excellent band.
Yes.
So check them out.
Yeah.
So that was sort of just one weekend, a couple of shows to celebrate the release of their album. And from there we sort of grew. But this is the venue of choice for them. I mean, for obvious reasons.
Well, I
when you
mean,
look
come
around.
on.
Yeah.
The phonics, hello.
Oh, it's
right? Is
fantastic.
that the right word? Because you just
Phonics?
look.
We'll let it go. You know, it's
I'm supering the right word now. The acoustics.
the acoustics. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so now let's talk about it. Because in terms of a lineup, what are you going for?
You know, it sounds a little cliche, but we do try and get something for everybody. You know, primarily we're a folk festival at heart, so we have this beautiful venue for that sort of venue. But then there's also late night shows at the Capitol Complex, which is a storied bar here in Fredericton, and then sort of smaller venues to match, you know, different price ranges and whatnot. And we're definitely about exploring different venues here, just as much as we are programming.
And the audience, am I right to say that there's a mix of audience here?
Absolutely, and I think that goes along with the programming too, the different styles and whatnot. You know, we get pretty much people from every age group. You know, people start out with their toddlers here.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, and then we have the grandparents as well, and you know, everything in between.
Now we're here in the winter, and this is perfect because you really want the entertainment. But the music scene goes on all year long here, Brendan.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, there's really no standstill, and I mean that's by design. You know, you never want a period where there's just nothing going on. So. Yeah, it's very nice.
Okay, very good. Now you're enjoying it now. You're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And then when do you start planning next year?
I think June, July is usually when we get started for the next January. So,
Yeah.
it's about a half a year sort of cycle. And then we do events throughout the year as well. We do a barbecue in August. And then just sort of, things pop up as they do. And so.
Fine. Well, we wish you all the very best for this weekend.
Well, thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
letting us come.
Well, thank you for being here. It's great to have you.
I feel cooler just being here.
Well, that's all part of it, part of the experience.
Except for that phonics part. That was a low point.
We'll overlook that. Yeah.
Still ahead on CNBC, we'll get the historical scoop on Wilmot United Church, and we'll chat with Shivering Songs headliner Amelia Curran.
Let's talk about this venue. Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love church venues anyway. I mean, everyone loves church venues. The sound is perfect. It's perfect. And I'm just so glad churches have only been used maybe the past 10, 12 years or so, and I'm just really glad that it's a thing.
Indeed.
And that it's clearly the community working with the festival, and hipsters and the old guard can communicate in one small community. It's amazing.
We'll also salute one local festival who'll be celebrating a milestone this year and welcoming music fans and performers from around the world. To be sure, 2015 will see plenty of major acts playing in Fredericton. Dave Matthews won't be one of them. As of now, his only 3 Canadian dates slated are Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, but fans of the man can toast the Grammy Award winner anytime they want with a signature cocktail created right here in the capital.
Hi, my name is Wes Ford, and I'm the owner of the Capitol Complex. I'm here today to show you how to make Dave Matthews. Dave Matthews was invented here at the Capitol by myself in '98. I was here working one night and it was a bit slow, so we decided to try some new drinks. We mixed up this one and everyone seemed to like it. And we were listening to Dave Matthews on the stereo, so that's where the name comes from. So the first thing you want to do to make a Dave Matthews is to fill your glass right full of ice. You take 1 shot of Malibu, 1 shot of Amaretto. Then you want to fill your glass 3/4 of the way with cranberry juice. And then top it off with pineapple. And then the most important part of a Dave Matthews is you have to shake it. And there's Dave Matthews.
Huge thanks and cheers to our right some handsome and oh so tall mixologist, Wes Ward, for making the time and sharing the recipe. Wes also shared some truly cool news on the QT about the Capitol Complex. Plenty of excitement planned for this year, so stay tuned for all the details on that, and be sure to drop in when you're next in Fredericton. Time to get back to the musical side of FROSTival. We'll talk with Fredericton-based artist Cedric Noel in just a bit, but first let's listen to a love song played especially for CNBC.
Only notes and beats. Only notes and beats. And time will bring you to me, and I will wait, my love. And time will bring you to me, and I will wait, my love.
We're backstage at Shivering Songs, which is kind of like back behind the altar. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Cedric.
No, definitely. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I feel this is a little special.
This guy, and you sound fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really. Okay, now let's just Niger.
Yeah.
Tell me where that is, because that's where you were born.
Yeah, it's where I was born. I haven't been back since. It's in West Africa, right on top of Nigeria. That's
Okay, but
exactly
you're
right.
the only person ever on CNBC to be from Niger, so I want to point that out.
Wow, great.
Yeah, very good. All right, now let's just talk about it, because you came to school here in Fredericton, but you loved it so much you stuck around. Now, what's the best part of living in Fredericton?
Well, for me, because I became a musician when I when I got to Fredericton, it's definitely the music. I've played in a few bands here and met some really cool people from around the world who've played music, and some people that I really look up to. So it's been a great
festivals. Hey, Cedric, the people that come to town. That's cool.
Oh yeah, and Shivering Songs is just another one of those festivals, but definitely in my top 2, if not number 1 in Fredericton.
There you go. Okay, so now as an aspiring musician out there, and you come here, you go to school, you're like, I really want to play, and to be playing in Shivering Songs, what is that about? How does that feel?
It feels good. I mean, it's my second year doing it.
Yeah.
So I feel a little bit more experienced, if you can say that. I don't
know.
I don't know.
You're a wily veteran.
Yeah,
now.
sure.
Right?
No, but it's really fun. You get to play in front of people that maybe don't see you usually, and you get to play in front of people that usually see you. So
and
it's
what
a great
vibe for this festival, hey?
It's super community oriented.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, now describe your sound, because I loved it. You're writing these songs. Who's that song about? Is that asking too much?
It's about someone. I'll call that someone an unnamed muse, perhaps, if that's all right with you.
That's all right. I loved it. It was very romantic. It spoke to me, Cedric. Cedric Noel, you've got it's a new project out, right? You just released it?
Yeah. Sentimentals is the project. A little bit more rock and roll than what you heard earlier, but
I appreciate you bringing the love to CBC.
Oh, thank you. And it'll bring you back to me. And it'll bring you back to me. And it'll bring you back to me.
Hi, we're standing in front of one of the most important pieces of architecture in New Brunswick. It's Wilmot United Church, and it was a church built 164 years ago. And it's one of the best examples in Eastern Canada of a Carpenter Gothic church. And you can see from its height, it's a massive building, but it used to actually stand twice as tall. It had a huge steeple with a massive carved wooden hand on top pointing up to heaven. And they took it down in the 1970s, but it used to be just this enormous building in Fredericton. It's incredible. Inside it has a connection to Alex Colville, the great painter, who designed the interior color scheme, and Mary Pratt, who's one of the most famous artists in Canada, used to go here as a young girl, and she credits her time with Wilmot United Church as being what got her interested in being an artist, when the sun used to shine through the stained glass windows. Its acoustics are amazing. It has some of the finest sound properties of any building around, and people just love it for performance, for worship, and just a place to be. It's an incredible building.
Our great thanks to Johnny LaRue, architect, historian, and author. The man knows his stuff, as his books Glorious Light, The Stained Glass of Fredericton, and The Architecture of St. Andrews illustrate. He's also gigging during Shivering Songs, so we're grateful he made the time for us. Another artist who's in town for the festival is St. John's-born singer-songwriter Amelia Curran, headlining opening night and chatting with us pre-show.
We should tell everybody you're jet-setting back and forth, because you're doing 2 festivals. Now, talk to me about that.
It's fantastic, and I have the best job ever. I'm here at Shivering Songs in Fredericton, and then tomorrow I race back to the In the Dead of Winter Festival in Halifax.
Which is your festival?
Which is
a founding member?
Yeah, and we're in our 10th year, which is really exciting.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted that there's 2 winter festivals happening.
And
in the
there's a
Maritimes.
camaraderie. Am I right about that?
Absolutely camaraderie.
In terms of the booking.
Somewhat sister festivals, I think. There's always communication. We're always talking about who's going to be around, who can we get in the neighborhood.
Now, were you really sitting? I'm imagining, because let's go through it. It was yourself. It was Jen Grant. It was
the very first year.
Yes.
Well, it's Heather Gibson is the brains behind it. And the very first year, it was Heather, myself, Jen Grant, Rose Cousins, and Jill Barber.
Okay, and you're all sitting around going, we need a concert in the winter. Is that how it happened?
It was kind of, well, it was, we really wish that this person would come to Halifax and play a show, because we'd really like to go to that show.
Right.
So we decided to just bring all the people that we wanted to see. There's no selfless act.
Well, we all win, right?
Well, it's great. I can't believe it's been 10 years, because I left that first meeting. Heather pitched the idea to all of us, and everyone said, great idea. And I said, great idea, I don't think I can commit to that. And now 10 years later,
Here you
I'm the
are.
one still here. So it's
Amazing. And we have to talk about your new project, They Promised You Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's only been a couple of years, really. Like, it seemed like you were in studio with Spectators, you released it, and then were you right back into it, or how did that work?
We were.
You're constantly
I don't know.
writing. You're constantly writing. That's
I am
fair,
constantly
right?
writing. Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder, now this is me, and I'm home at my computer going, she must have had so many songs that she just said, well, we'll save that for the next one. Would that be right? You couldn't put them all on one
I
album.
don't know. I mean, a lot of songs are unfinished for years and years and years. They're just not ready. You know, they're little seeds in there, but they're not ready. And to the point where we made They Promised You Mercy throughout April, May, June of last year, and I still wrote songs in the studio, even though there's this backlog of seeds, you know. So
Because you're getting more inspiration. And the talent that you brought in, again, for
Amazing.
this project.
So proud. I'm beside myself a little bit, actually. Yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches, they say, but you've got
That's
quite
well
a
put.
network of friends.
It was with Michael Philip Voivoda, who produced the album. He brought in a lot of people. Between the two of us, we knew a lot of ringers, let's say.
Yeah. And now you've put out so many albums. I wonder, is this your favorite? Like, it was each one your favorite, or how does that work?
Each one is always the favorite for a while. I mean, a part of my heart always belongs to War Brides, which I put out in 2006 or something. It was the album I made before signing on with Six Shooter. You know.
And why is that now?
It's the little album that could. I've always called it that.
Yeah.
Myself and Phil Sador sitting in his living room for a few months made that record, and that's all things possible from that point.
Right.
So that has a place in my heart. But this, I can confidently say, for myself, is my best work for myself. I'm proudest of this.
You've hit a nerve of social consciousness that's sort of been on the tip of everybody's tongue. Mental health, mental awareness, making sure. Talk to me about this video and how that came to be.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Mental health is a hot topic. It's and we all say this conversation's so loud now. It's getting so good. We're breaking the stigma. But in reality, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of reconstructing of the system to do, and a lot more talking to do. This video was just a drop in that pond of outreach of saying it's okay to add your voice to this conversation, and that you're not actually alone, and that we can affect change as individuals.
Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright.
It's been received really well.
Yeah.
And
so well so that you're heading cross country.
We're going across the country, yeah, which is interesting because, mental health is put in as a health issue. It's not just a health issue, it's a justice issue.
Right.
Education.
Family.
Family, women's, child welfare. It's so many issues. But these are provincial topics in houses of assembly. And so we're going across the country just to try and inspire province to province, territory to territory, to take this message and say, we're getting louder in St. John's, we can all do this.
Oh, it's such a wonderful effort. We'll keep you posted as Amelia and NL filmmaker Roger Maunder take their message across Canada. For more on her music and tour schedule, head to ameliacurran.com. And be sure to check out the fun features with her on cmbscene.com too. That's where you'll find Amelia's name amidst the list of East Coast contenders for 2015 Juno Awards. Amelia's They Promised You Mercy is nominated for Solo Roots and Traditional Album of the Year. You can also catch Ms. Curran as she takes to the stage in the homeland for the 2015 East Coast Music Awards. Our good pal Johnny Harris will host the evening that honors the best of Atlantic Canadian music on Sunday, April the 12th. We've got plans to attend, and we hope to see you there too. For more information on all the ECMA Week events, visit ecma.com. Association members are casting their ballots as we broadcast, and again this year, fans can get in on the action. You can place your votes in 2 categories. For Entertainer of the Year, where the nominees are Ben Kaplan and the Casual Smokers, David Miles, Hey Rosetta, Jen Grant, Mo Kenny, The Once, Paper Lions, Rhea May, Rich O'Coin, The Town Heroes, and The Trues. And you can also place your vote in the Video of the Year category. Here are your nominees.
You're never gonna get that far. You're never gonna reach a part of your heart. A sweet dream sleeper with a heart like a hammer thump. A heart like a hammer thump. I got a cool car, girl I just met. Miles of open road, places we ain't been yet. Penny on the radio, full tank to burn, and I got a feeling this night's gonna take a turn. They ask us what's the rush, we never did that much. We've been waiting for a long, long time. They ask us what's the rush, we never did that much. We've been waiting for a long, long time. Listen to the parents talk, it's getting hard to say what the parents talk. Comment je suis zoo comme un animal, c'est pas mal cannibal, freak comme un animal. Comment je suis zoo, comment je suis zoo, yeah. Comment je suis zoo comme un animal, c'est pas mal cannibal, freak comme un animal. Comment je suis zoo, comment je suis zoo, le chihuahua, un panda, iguana, crossbreed comme un taureau in heat, il faut que tu beats sur le... Times like this, I wanna be a believer. Times like this, I wanna be a believer. Times like this, I wanna be a believer. I wanna be a believer. Saw the morning break through my window pane, and all thoughts ran off to you. What a wicked way lies in the time it takes to pick your garments from the floor. I said it all till I could say no more. I'm alone. Who made the lines no longer pass you by? Hard miles taking you from your prize. Hard miles. You feel it in the air, you feel it in your blood. Things are really changing, they really are. When you make it home, we can make it happen. When you feel it too, you know that it's coming.
We've got the complete list of 2015 ECMA nominees on our site, along with the details on how you can place your vote for your East Coast favorite. And while we're on the subject, we've got a new East Coast favorite thing from the darling and dynamic duo of Rebecca LaPointe and Mariah Kearney, aka Beck and Boosh, come these awesome home t-shirts. Available in all 4 Atlantic provinces and Cape Breton too, these shirts are truly the coolest. Matter of fact, all the Beck and Boosh products are styling and then some. And you can score your own home t-shirt right now. Up for grabs is our TV Free Stuff prize, a Beck and Boosh home t-shirt in the province of your choice. All you need to do is tell us from which province does singer-songwriter Amelia Curran hail. It's easy, because I want you to win. Once you know it, hit the website at cnbc.com, click on the TV Free Stuff button, and submit your answer. Good luck to you, and we'll be right back to feature Fredericton's festival scene. Welcome back to See and Be Seen, where our musical tour of FROSTival has taken us to the wonderful Fredericton Playhouse. The New Brunswick Country Showcase has taken the stage, and that's got us thinking of warmer times. See, country music fans abound in the Picture Province, and come the summer, they'll all be flocking to Fredericton for Maritime Country Fest. Those folks will be announcing their lineup soon, so be sure to follow them on Twitter at MCFest for the latest. And you can raise your glass this summer as local brewmasters Picaroons host their annual Brewers Bash. That'll take place on July the 11th. Then don your kilt and grab your friends for New Brunswick's Highland Games. They're slated for July 24th through the 26th. We've got it firsthand from the fellas during our last visit, so we can tell you for sure, Fred Rock will rock your August. It's not to be missed, so follow them at Fred Rock Fest for all the news. And then mark your calendars for Mr. Colin James.
I got a few bad habits, baby. Yeah, but baby, you're the one I need to stay.
He's the first of over 400 musicians who will take to the stage from September 15th through the 20th as Fredericton comes alive for the 25th annual Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival. 150 performances, 27 stages, 6 city blocks, 6 incredible days, 1 happening city. They'll be revealing the artists in the next few months and throughout the summer as they lead up to the big event. But if the first announcement is any indication, well, this quarter of a century celebration will be sensational. Tickets go on sale May the 9th. Keep up to date with all the news at Harvest_Blues. My goodness, but Fredericton knows how to throw a party. You can watch See and Be Seen and all the other great Community One programming anytime you want. Simply click the on-demand button on your Bell Alliant Fiber Op TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. And be sure to visit seeandbeseen.com, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so very special 24/7. Well, I gotta tell you, it was so cool to hear New Brunswick's own Owen Steele was on the ticket for our FROSTival music tour. Oh, so cold and snowy was the weather for our last night. What a trooper. But the fire was warm, the music was great, and the fans were happy to be sure. Check out Owen's music and show news on his Tumblr account and catch him for sure when he plays near you. He is the coolest.
Well, that's going to do it from here in Fredericton. What an awesome time at FROSTival. We invite you to come down. Stacey, thanks for having us.
Oh, you guys are always welcome.
Thank you.
See you next time on See and Be Seen.
I'm John LaRue. She smells like rum. From Chester.